fair. Some people get all the height. Well, Tom Selleck, this is my place, my territory, Dallas-Fort Worth, so welcome to Texas and to Dallas. It's very nice to have you here. And also, as I was telling you, this is the territory of John Hillerman.
Yes, it is. It's where he's from.
Yes.
Denison, Texas.
Right, a little bit north of us. But it's great to have you here, and especially to talk about Lassiter. I remember when High Road to China came out and reading some things, and you and other cast members saying what a difficult shoot that was. Now, I'm wondering, was this one anything as difficult?
Well, it was nicer in a way. I mean, I've always wanted to spend some time in London, and we shot the picture in London, and that was very nice. All shoots are difficult in that, first of all, we worked a lot more hours than we would have worked on a normal film because they were very concerned about not finishing the film by the time I had to go back to Magnum, who has first call on me. So in that respect, it was difficult. I would say not as difficult as High Road. We didn't have the production problems that we did. We didn't have whole sets blow down from the wind and all. But it has its own set. Every picture has its own set of problems. And we had our share, but that's really part of the process. You know.
Do you envision a time, or has it started to arrive? In other words, what I'm getting at, could a person really get tired of Hawaii?
No, I don't think so. I get jaded about it. I won't even look around for a couple weeks, and all of a sudden I'll really look at how blue the ocean is and how green the greens are and how clear the air is, and see, you know, I haven't even noticed that for a couple weeks. But no, I don't think so.
How much longer do you think Magnum will go on?
I don't know. A lot of that has to do with the public and the networks, but I think they're going to pick us up for next year. I mean, you really don't know with this series. We're doing real well right now, and but who knows? Maybe people might not like the show anymore next year, and all of a sudden the ratings go down, and we won't last long if we don't keep the quality of the show up, which I really think is about as important a thing as we can do on the show. And we try real hard. You know, television is difficult, and some shows are better than others. But we at least I know all our cast members, our producers, and our writers, we're trying as hard as we can to do the best show we can every week. And that's the way we'll stay on the air.
You were supposed to do, or had the opportunity to do, Raiders of the Lost Ark, if what I read is correct.
Well,
and it went to Harrison Ford because you couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's his part. But it was offered to me before that, and I had done the pilot to Magnum already, so they had first call on me. And when Steven Spielberg and George Lucas went to CBS TV and said, "We want Tom for our movie," I think it helped sell Magnum. I kind of wish they would have waited and put Magnum on 6 months later, but and had Magnum gone on the air and failed in 3 or 4 weeks, and knowing I would have lost Raiders, I don't know how philosophic I would have been about it. But it's basically Harrison Ford's part, and I can't imagine doing it any better than he did. He just did a wonderful job in the film. I love the film. People said don't go see it because it'll bother you, but they just did a wonderful job with that movie.
So when you see Harrison Ford, you don't really hate him?
No, not at all. I'd like to meet him. I think we got a lot in common. We've never bumped into each other, though.
Tom, what is the current status of the National Enquirer suit? Is that still in the works?
It's moving inexorably towards a court date, but that takes about 5 years. And I know people think, well, there's a lot of money involved in this or that, but what it really involves, and one of the things my job's enabled me to do is to pursue some things on some principles. It involves an enormous financial commitment from me, which I'd like to get back. But it makes me feel better to pursue it because I don't think it's right that people can lie about you in the media and profit from it. It just isn't right.
When are they ever going to learn, Tom?
Well, they'll learn if some people. But Carol Burnett, they have. It's gone back and back. I don't think she's received any money yet. It's gone back to appeals. The amount of the suit has been reduced, and I don't think they ever will learn unless they. There are a lot of lawsuits now moving inexorably towards court dates.
What are the I think there are 2 or 3 things that you're really suing about. Just very quickly.
Basically, I mean, I don't know how specific I'm supposed to get, but basically I'm suing them because they lied about me. And regardless of what someone else's judgment is about the lies, they're just that. And unfortunately, you know, what does the person who makes $5,000 or $6,000 a year do when somebody lies about them in the press? I don't think they can afford $250,000 in attorney's fees over 5 years to sue the National Enquirer or other magazines. So there's something wrong there, and right now it's making me feel good to pursue it, so that I'm doing something about it.
Well, I'm glad you are.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing Lassiter. We haven't seen it yet, but it looks and sounds like it's a real neat caper.
Well, I'm real enthused about it.
You're proud of it?
Oh, yeah, or I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, okay. Tom, wonderful to see you.
Thanks, Bobbie.
Thank you so much for coming to Texas.
Okay.
As we say, hurry back.
Thank you.
Stop tape. Thank you for
Speeding. Okay.
And sound, please. Was Lassiter as difficult a movie to shoot as High Road to China?
I'm sorry, Bobbie. Would you do that one again? We were a little high.
Okay. Was Lassiter as difficult a movie to shoot as High Road to China? What is the status of your suit against the National Enquirer? Why are you suing them? You'd think that after the Carol Burnett suit, they'd change their ways. Tom, does it upset you to think about having to turn down Raiders of the Lost Ark because of Magnum? Now, what was the story behind your turning down Raiders of the Lost Ark? What do you say to Harrison Ford when you see him? Is it possible to get tired of Hawaii? What about the future of Magnum PI? How much longer do you think you'll be doing Magnum? Okay, I believe that's got it.